I want to talk about tonight. All right, so I broke down a couple of things, and this can be applied to any business or any situation in your life. How you're going to create a better experience for yourself. So many, myself included, of us focus first on the how, on the strategy. Like, what are the 5 steps to get me to XYZ goal, right? I mean, we're constantly thinking, I'm sure you've been here. I've been here a million times. Like, we're looking at these other Beachbody coaches that are, extremely successful, or these other business owners that are extremely successful, or these yoga instructors, or whatever it is that we're looking at it. And we're just like, how are they doing that? Like, I want to have those results. Why am I not getting there? And we think that they have some magic formula, some magic pill, some magic system, which I did for so many years. I thought, like, what am I missing? What am I missing in my system to get to the level of what they're at? And it's really about your belief in yourself. And I don't feel that we can build belief in ourselves through only being by ourselves. I don't think we can do it alone. And I don't think that we can build the belief in ourselves that's going to lead to us having a massive business and a leveled up life without investing, without being surrounded by people who are leveling up. And this has kind of moved a lot into my messaging now over the last couple of weeks, because it started with me. I've been watching this girl on social media and for like 3 years now, and I never believed in her programs. I was like, she doesn't know what she's talking about. But I liked watching her. I was attracted to her for some reason. But then whenever it came to investing the money, I was always like, no, I don't believe in her. And then she just up-leveled herself by investing, hundreds of thousands of dollars into her growth, into her personal development. And she showed up in a different way. Her energy was different. And her energy was someone that was more confident, that was more in a leadership role, that attracted me to her, thinking, this girl can help me get to where I want to go. And I saw some posts from her about her programs, and I'm like, you know what? Let me check out this $99 one, because that's like something I can easily afford for myself. And I'll just invest in that and see what I feel about her energy and her teaching style and whatever. And I was listening to her talk, and I'm like, the information that she presented wasn't different than anything that I've heard before. We've heard the personal development that we read and listen to. Everybody's said it a million different ways. It's just, we are attracted to someone who says it in a way that we can relate to, and that's simple for us to comprehend, to get in, to energetically absorb. And so that we can turn around and be, a stronger person in our lives and in our leadership roles. So I listened to her, and I'm like, this girl the information is good. I like her energy. She's awesome, cool. She's doing great things in her business. I'm like, if this girl can succeed, like, I'm not putting her down, but I was like, dude, if she can get to this level as a coach, like, I know I have as much value to offer as she does. Like, I know that I can get to that level too. It's just a matter of me, number one, believing in myself and having that confidence. And with Beachbody, I do, in my life and nature, handling animals, I do, but going off on my own, which has been something that I've desired to do in my heart, like, not saying that I'm not going to do Beachbody anymore. I'm still going to be a coach. I'm still going to be leading the team, but having another way to support people in growth in their lives and in their businesses, to me, has been like a desire of mine. I've always been very drawn to the coaching opportunity, even more than the physical part of Beachbody, because of the growth that we experience as a business owner and as a coach, because it forces us to work on ourselves, to grow, to be in relationships with other people, and to become leaders in our own lives and then leaders for others. And that's what really stepped me into my power, is having to get on calls and become a leader and, speaking at events I mean, I've spoken at an event with 1,000 people in the room with Beachbody, and that really, you have to level up how you speak, how you present yourself, even though it was scary as shit. It builds confidence in you. So putting myself in close proximity to someone who's living the life I want to live, doing the things I want to do, and then seeing like, she's no better than me, is what really is driving me to see like, I can do this. And I'm open to it being on whatever God's time is for me. So I really am a firm believer in that it's going to happen soon. I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know exactly how it's going to work, but intuitively I'm going to know, I'm going to get messages, and I'm just going to follow that. So I'm inviting you to do that when you are in relation to your business. I've been applying that same strategy to Beachbody forever, and I've succeeded at building a multiple six-figure business with Beachbody because I did believe in myself with that. I had 100% belief in myself that as long as I continued to do it long enough, I would succeed. So my point is, invest in yourself, because you're asking people to invest in you as a coach. And if you can't turn around and invest in yourself, and I'm not saying it has to be, mine was a $1,500 investment. That was comfortable for me. I'm not saying it has to be that, but you have to do what's comfortable for you. And you have to find those people that you can feel transferred their energy to you and help lift you. Invest in yourself, because the energy of you doing that, it says that you're worthy of that investment, number one, which builds confidence in yourself. And number two, you're telling God and the universe that you're open to receiving people that are willing to invest in you. So it's twofold. It's this energy of attraction, of being the person that you want to attract, and even more so embodying that person, becoming that person, and building more belief, and then gaining momentum in your belief. And eventually, after years, you've become this amazing new person that you never thought you could be. But it was little by little steps that you took and things that you did that helped to move you forward. So number one thing in the business is belief. Your mindset is number one. If you're sitting there spending, and I've talked about this before, is if you're sitting there and you're thinking how no one wants to buy from you, and why is this not working, and I don't have any followers, and nobody's watching my stories, and I am never going to be good at this, like that energy transfers into your posts, into how you show up for people, into your conversations. So the number one thing you need to work on first before you start having those conversations and inviting people and leading them is your own self, worth, your own belief in yourself. Whatever that looks like for you, have a plan and stick to it. And trust that it's going to eventually get there as long as you continue to make moves and take action. Number two is you have that belief and you want more for your life, right? We all want more for our lives, or we would just be hanging out and not being Beachbody coaches. There's something that drew us to wanting this. And you can want more for your life, and it's totally fine. I mean, I do. I still want more for my life. And yet at the same time, I 100% have every single one of my needs met. So what I try to do is live in gratitude of the things that I have right now. So appreciating the moments that are in front of me when I'm with my animals, not wanting any more than just what I have in front of me, looking at them, thanking God for them. When I'm with my animals, being present with them, taking time to go to the beach, knowing that I'm a mile and a half from the beach, and really living in gratitude of that. Living in gratitude that I have this amazing home that I am able to take care of on my own, that I don't have any financial support or physical support from anyone other than, my friends and my family and you guys, but I mean, not directly, in my life, and that I'm able to do all that. I have the ability to do all that, and it's all here for me. And I have this slice of paradise here. And so I live in gratitude. While also being open to receiving additional things in my life that would add to my life, that will add value to my life. So not wanting more from a place of lack, like feeling, it's hard to get to describe it even, is feeling 100% like all of my needs are met and fulfilled, but yet being open to receiving more because I have a desire for more. So whatever you can do, what I would probably do is take a journal with you throughout the week and start writing things down in your life that you're grateful for, and think about a time in your life when you wanted the things that you currently have and they weren't a part of your world and you just desired for them so much, and now you have them, like being a mom and having 3 kids and having a family and having a home and all these different things. You desired them so much, and then you got there and you were like, okay, next, now I'm going to go on to this next thing, versus saying, these are all the things that I wanted, these are all the things that I desired for my life, and I have them, and living in that gratitude while also being open to receiving more. Because if we're being open to receiving from a place of lack, meaning like my life is shitty, I don't ever have enough money, I suck as a person, and always living in that negative, like insecure, low self-esteem, like shitty attitude, we might attract more, but it's not going to make us feel good. So we have access to feeling good and happy and living in gratitude in every moment, not when we receive things that we want in every single moment of our life. And that takes a lot of work to get there. It takes a lot of personal development work, a lot of work on yourself, but it's possible for anyone, because I know, because I lived in that place of lack. I built a 6-figure business in a place of lack. I was still like really extremely insecure and extremely like feeling like everything external to me, like outside of me, was what made me happy, versus just like being happy within myself, being happy in the fact that I've been given life and I get to wake up every day and breathe, and knowing that at the end of the day, everybody's going to pass and I'm going to too. And like that literally goes through my mind every day. Like, this could be my last moment here. This could be my last moment here. It has a physical being in my body, but my soul will continue to be an energy forever in other people's lives. And like in, when there's, when time and space drops off, we're all just pure consciousness. So I'm going to live on. Okay. So living in gratitude, and then be open to receiving more, not from a place of lack, but from a place of accepting that you have everything you need, but you are open to creating and generating more desires, having more of what you already have. Okay. And then to talk a little bit of strategy, because I want to talk a little bit about mindset and then a little bit about strategy, is that you, in order to be successful as a coach, really need to get clear on your brand. So the people who succeed the most are clear on who they are as a person. And I think this is a hard one for a lot of us, for myself included, because we are seeing all these things on social media, or reading all these people's posts, and we're like, oh my gosh, like they're doing so good, I got to write like them, I have to sound like them, this is what I'm going to post, and I have to live my life like that, that's what's going to make me happy. And then you're like disconnected from your true authentic self. So you really have to look inward and say, like, who am I? Like, what? Not like I'm a mother, I'm a coach, I'm a swim instructor, I'm a yoga instructor, I'm like, I'm a manager. It's, who are you on a soul level, as a deeper part of yourself? Like, what do you stand for? What are your values? What are your morals? What is your integrity? What is your impact on this planet that's going to happen after you're gone? Because you need to figure out who you are so you can figure out what your one clear message is. I think also, as coaches especially, we watch these other people's Instagrams and these other people's Facebooks, and we're all on social media and we're looking at these other stuff and we're like, oh my gosh, I need to post about nutrition, and I need to post about fitness, and I need to post about holistic health, and I need to post about yoga, and I need to post about this, and I need to post about that. No. Niche down what you're going to post about into one sentence, one clear message. What is your message? And then every single post intentionally talks about that message. Every post has the same message shining through. This is something I'm still working on myself and still perfecting. And the thing is that it's constantly evolving. So as we grow and learn and become better humans and blossom into our full potential, we evolve and our message changes. And we have to get clear on that same one clear message. Whenever we evolve, we have to get clear, because otherwise we're just posting to post, we're posting to the masses, we're not speaking to that one person that really needs to hear what we're saying. And that one person is going to be just like us. That one person that really needs to hear what we're saying is going to be just like us. So get really clear on your messaging and figure out in one sentence who it is that you help, what it is that you do, what your passion is, like what your intention is of being here on this planet. It's got to be deep. It's got to be and you know what? Do soul searching on this, personal development, and try to connect more with what's going on inside of you and your source of, your source, whatever that is, if it's your intuition, if it's God, the universe, whatever, to get clear on that so it comes to you. Because how people are consuming content, and I was telling Lisa this because we did our 30-minute coaching one-on-one, they're consuming, I don't know how you consume content, but how I consume content is I have a couple of people that I love. Like, I love the way they talk, the way they vibe, their stories, their posts, like they make me feel good and happy and joyful. I have like a couple people and I watch their stuff every single day. I don't have hundreds of people that I look at one of their posts. I have like one or two that I watch every single one of their things. I consume all of their content. I'm addicted to them. I love them. I'm like, give me more. I want more of you. That's how I consume. Is that how you guys are consuming now? Or are you in a way, like, are you all over the place with random people? One or two, or random all over the place?
I feel like I'm all over the place watching whatever I come across.
Okay. That's funny. So interesting, because Lisa said that too. All right, well, so I'm going to maybe suggest that you try to find your one or two. Like, that can be an assignment for you ladies this week. Find your people, your one or two, and start really watching everything that they put out, their stories, their posts, start reading and figure out why you're so attracted to them. Like, if you're all over the place and you're looking at hundreds, then pick your one or two from those and start really honing, like zoning in on those people, because that's going to probably.
Yeah, I thought about going through my list and deleting people off, or like unfollowing people, so that way I'm not seeing so many different people because I think that's what makes me feel more scattered, is seeing, this person doing this person doing that. And I don't know. I think that just leaves me feeling scattered and confused more than anything.
Okay, so unfollow the people. So pick your one to two, and they're going to be popping up. If you start watching their stories every day, they're going to pop up as your number one stories to watch. Like, they're going to be, when you log into Instagram, you're going to see their stories right away, and on Facebook too. So pick your one or two, start consuming their content like they're your best friend and you're supporting them and you're getting support from them. And figure out why it is that you're attracted to them. What is their message? What do you see in them that is like that you want? Because that's what you're trying to do for other people. That's you. You're attracted to them because they're doing for you what you want to do for others. Okay, so I used to consume content where I was kind of all over the place, but the last several years I've had, my one or two has changed. It's shifted because there have been different times where I've been like, I'm really attracted to this person right now. And then, I'm like, I'm kind of over that person now. Let me go see what I can get from this other person. And right now I have my one or two. I watch their stuff every day. I consume their I consume their podcasts. I get on any of their free trainings, their master classes. Find someone who creates a lot of content. That's my suggestion to you. Get in their world, preferably a woman, because they just understand us better, and start using that as your personal development. That person is going to be your personal development. That person is going to be your go-to, because you need to show up as that to start you need to show up as that to start attracting your dozens of people that are like you, that want that content from you. Because if you're all over the place and you're scattered and you're looking at other people's contents in that way, then you're going to attract those same people. And those people aren't going to really build a successful business with you. The people that are going to build a successful long-term business with you are the people that they just want to be in your world, and they want to be surrounded by you all the time. They want you to lead them. And so I would suggest doing that. And the way people are consuming content now on social media versus what they were before, and I posted that like video or that picture of me where I had just taken like a selfie and it was really bad and it was in the mirror, and I used to sign people with just those posts. You know what? Back then, social media wasn't as big and there weren't as many content creators on social media. So I realized that that's why I was able to sign people, because you didn't have to do anything like special. You didn't have to stand out in any way, because it wasn't as what do you call it, competitive, for you. Like, it wasn't like that. So you didn't have to really be stand out worthy for people to like your content and consume your content and look at your content. But now people are being very creative in their content creation. There's so much creativity coming out and so much personality coming out that you have to have that spark of your own personality coming into your content. Because if you're just writing the same post that everybody else writes, the 5 steps to a happy life, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you have no of your, authenticity of your own coming through, you're just white noise. So you have to stand out, but you have to really know who you are. Again, that comes back to knowing who you are to stand out. So you really have to do some soul searching. And it's not like it's going to happen overnight, but you have to be committed to the journey of that happening at whatever point that it does. So start being creative with, think of like, get into a place where you can just be creative. Like, just stop thinking so much about, okay, what's the right thing to post to get people to like it and comment on it, and start thinking about what's funny to me, what's interesting to me, what makes me laugh during my day, because if it makes you laugh, it's probably going to make other people laugh. And if it doesn't, you're going to have a lot of fun creating it. And that's going to make you feel joy and happiness in your life. And that's going to attract more people to you, even if not a lot of people like it, because of your energy, because it's all about energy. Okay. And the fourth thing that I wanted to talk about was the strategy. So what I was telling Lisa before, and you kind of got a preemptive of what I was going to talk about on this call, is you can have an Instagram page. Like, the top Beachbody coach has 39,000 followers on her Instagram page. And I follow Beachbody coaches that have 150 followers on their Instagram page, and they didn't make it as the top coach. So if it was all about likes and followers and numbers, the one that had way more followers and way more likes on her post and way more shares and way more video views would have been the top coach, right? But it isn't about that. It's about connection with your audience. So the 39,000 follower top coach clearly has a deeper, more meaningful connection because more people are buying from her, and she's also passing that down to her team. So I know it's hard to do this, but stop looking at the number of likes you have and the number of followers you have and saying, I just spent 1.5 hours on this post and I only got 5 likes. and start getting really clear on who you are, your brand, and your message, and start getting more excited about creating the content than the results that you get. Get more connected to building your brand and having fun while you do it than how can I get people to like and comment on this? Because that's what's going to bring more, again, joy and happiness and fulfillment in your life. And it's going to draw people in eventually. The more you start to do it and the more you start to live in authenticity with yourself, because it doesn't matter how many likes or comments you get. What matters is your connection to the people that you're posting for. And connection only happens when you really shine your true self on the world, instead of just, okay, I need to get a post up. What can I write? Okay, let me check somebody's other page. Okay, here's the 5 steps to to clean eating or something, you know? I mean, nutrition is not I'm not even excited about nutrition. Like, I don't post things about nutrition ever because it's not my thing. But if you have a passion for nutrition and you're like this amazing person who knows how to clean up, make dirty recipes clean and healthy, and like want to have like you would love if you could have a cooking show, then start doing that, and your passion's going to shine through and you're going to attract people that are like you. If you cast a wide net, you're going to get a lot of people that really don't connect with you. And I've done this. I've made the mistake of doing this, and it doesn't work. You have to niche down. There's so many branding exercises that you can do online. You have to figure out what it is that you stand for, what your message is, and who you're trying to help, and get really clear on that, and make sure that when you post, it's in alignment with that, and it has a lot of intentionality behind it. You have a point to why you're posting. You're not just posting to post. You have a message that you need to share with the world to help them, to help the person that's like you were before you started. And you have to be consistent in that message. So you don't have to think of new things to post every day. You just have to have that one sentence and think, how can I portray this message again and again and again in a different way, so it gets through to these people and they make the shift in their life. All right, that's it. That's all I have. Questions, shares, comments?
In my yoga teacher training, we went through an exercise where we wrote out and had to figure out like our mission statement. It was a great exercise. If anybody's interested in it, I'd be willing to share it, because it goes through breaking down like who you are, what you stand for, and all of that. So it was a really beneficial exercise. So I feel like it went and touched on, getting clear on your brand and all of that. So
yeah, that's awesome. I definitely share it on the team page. And did you do the exercise around your coaching business, Beachbody?
No, because I wasn't in Beachbody when I did this. It was during my other yoga teacher training.
Okay.
So it was, I inspire and empower women through yoga and nutrition to live the best version of their life. So that was kind of what it was. I need to go through and, redo it and update it at this time, but that was kind of the basis of what it was before when I had done that.
Well, that sounds like it's your homework for this week.
So yeah. And then the other thing I wanted to share was, you were talking about just being the whole everything surrounding gratitude. Also part of yoga teacher training, the current course that I'm doing now, we're doing the book called The Magic, and it's a 30-day thing. And pretty much every single day you write down 10 things that you're grateful for and why. And it's just all about, attracting more into your life. And this book it's really good as well. So
I think the exercise, thank you for sharing that. I think the exercise of you sticking to 1 or 2 things would be really helpful for you to progress. Because even with your tea cabinet, You clearly are like very much into a lot of things, you know, and I think that that's keeps your energy spread very thin. I mean, if you really
I
want,
agree 100%.
I mean, if you really want to like launch your coaching business and like do, you know, be like have a business, which I know you haven't really done that yet, and you
Right.
like, I would try to see what things you can clear out of your life and the one or two things that you can keep that are going to move you forward the most. Because I
Yeah,
don't
right now I am just focused getting through my yoga teacher training and just getting that done and behind me, just because I feel so that I feel like is holding me back from just pretty much everything in my life, because I'm not moving forward because I feel just like hindered by this.
well, how much more is it?
Right now I'm probably about 70% done.
Okay. So
So
when are you going to complete this by?
I would like to have all of my coursework done probably by the, let's see here. Let me look at my calendar here. I would like to have all of my coursework done by the end of the first week in February. And then I have to video an hour, I have to prepare and video an hour and a half yoga class. And then I also have to do another 30-minute yoga class
And
that I
when will you
have to
have that
video. Hopefully by the end of February. I have somebody who has all of the equipment to do all of the video and editing, because she's a yoga teacher and she's done a lot of classes. So she has offered to help me
done? Okay.
with that. So I plan to have everything all wrapped up by the end of February.
Alrighty. So end of February, you're going to start moving forward in your life. Until then, you're just going to remain stuck.
I don't know. I heard about this journal. It's a gratitude journal. It's like the 5-minute journal. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah.
I was thinking about getting that.
It's good.
Yeah.
Just make sure that you actually like utilize it, because by the time I did it for a while, and then I was just, it kind of just became something that I was, another thing that I was doing that really didn't.
Okay.
I mean, you could just have a gratitude journal, and you could just write down, you know, the things in your life.
Oh, okay.
It's like, it has prompts in it. It's good. I liked it. I got really excited about it when I bought it. And then I was kind of like, by the time I was finishing it, I was like, this is just one more thing on my plate that I have to do. That's annoying.
Okay.
So it's up to you, really. I think for me personally too, that I've learned is like to simplify your life as much as possible. Like, try not to do so many different things, because I think as people, as humans, we're like, oh, I need to get to the next level. Like, I need to do 50 million different things. And in reality, like in actuality, that's just keeping you all over the place, and you're not going to be moving forward at all. Like, now I'm really trying to be more intentional, like more zeroed in, even in my business, in my life, in every single way. In my life, like the biggest thing that I do, and I don't know if this is going to help you because you've probably heard it a million times, is I really try to focus on present moment awareness, like being present in my life, paying attention to when I'm sitting outside and with my animals, and when I'm in my head the whole time and I'm thinking about other things that I need to be doing, and I keep having to reset and say, like, where are you right now? Come back here, be with your animal. You know, like that's how I'm living my life, because that's what I have felt has pushed me forward the most, is like being in that moment and really enjoying what you're doing. Like, being grateful for whatever you're doing in that moment. When you're taking a shower, like really being in the shower and be like, oh my gosh, this hot water is so amazing. Can you imagine not having hot water? We're so lucky that we have hot water. That is how simple it can be to be in gratitude. It doesn't have to be some crazy, you know, thing. It's just, it's like, you know, when you're moving your body and you're doing your exercise, instead of being like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get this done, like being like, this is so amazing that my body moves in this way. I'm so strong and powerful, you know, like those little things are all the difference, make all the difference in the world. And that's how I try to live my life. And that's how I end up, that's how why people see, like, you know, that's why I am so happy. That's why I have so much joy. Okay, ladies. Well, if there's no more shares or talks or anything, then thank you for hopping on. I will see you guys again next week. Don't forget about your homework, and we'll talk again soon.
Thank
Bye, ladies.
you.
Bye.